Hi, I'm Dr. Marc Reynolds. I have a doctorate in opera stage directing, and I've been teaching commercial and classical voice for over a decade. Today, I'm going to be reacting to So Hyang performing Everyone. Comment down below with what your favorite part of this performance is. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Here we go.
내가 마냥 서러울 때면 내가 눈물이 되리 어두운 밤 험한 길 걸을 때 위로해주지. 바로 여러분.
So many awesome things there in that video that I loved. My favorite part was actually when she was singing a cappella, when she was singing without everything behind her, and just how genuine and sincere it was, and how she was able to carry it with complete confidence and strength and poise. It added strength to her performance in a really potent way. Silence is actually a really great tool to increase the tension in a song. Not in a bad kind of tension, but a good kind of tension, the kind of tension that puts an audience on the edge of their seat. And it does this here too for us. And I think that was awesome. The performance tip and the vocal tip today are very similar, if not the same. If you read anything about So Hyang and what her goals are and what she's trying to do at performing, she's all about singing for God's glory. So whether you buy into that, believe in it or not, there's actually a really valuable tool here. Vocally, the tool is when you sing, get your focus where your eyes are focusing outside of your body. Don't be thinking about technique. Don't be putting all the thought and focus inside your head here. The reason is because our sound goes where our eyes focus. Think about it. All day long, here you are, and if someone's really close to you, you talk a certain way. If they're across a busy street, you talk a different way without even thinking about it. You just subconsciously have all these different things that happen to make that possible. So if all of a sudden we go to sing and we're telling our subconscious one thing by putting our focus here in our head, but on another level, we're wanting to project our sound out there, those two things conflict. And really, the muscle memory, the one we practice all day, every day, of our sound going where our eyes focus, is bound to win because of the time and effort we put into it all day, every day. So what you can do today to practice this tip vocally is when you sing, instead of singing like you're in a little room, imagine that you're singing to someone across a busy street or at the end of a football field, or that you're in a big concert hall and you're singing to grandma in the back row with her hearing aids turned down. Not screaming, but projecting in a way that engages your voice in a healthy way and in a way that it already knows what to do. The performance tip is tied to the same thing, and that's to tie your performance goals and your objectives outside of yourself. So she's performing for an audience, for the glory of God, for sharing love with the audience. I'm not sure how else she would state her performance goals. But those performance goals are really helpful for reducing performance anxiety. Why? Because whatever she does can be attributed to the glory of God, no matter how small or insignificant. Not to say that what she's doing here is small or insignificant, but you get the idea. Same thing with if she's showing love to the audience. She has complete control over this. The audience doesn't have to accept her love. They don't even have to like what she's doing. It's all about her being able to give this gift to the audience. So those are two things that are in her control. What is important here and what you can do today is practice what your mental self-talk is. what your goals going into a performance are and be deliberate about your choices. Are you choosing goals that are within your control? For example, I want the audience to like it. I want it to be perfect. I don't want to make this mistake. I don't want to screw up here. Well, are those within your control? No, they aren't really. Not in the moment of the performance. Yes, you can practice really hard to eliminate as many errors as possible and to make it as likable as possible. But in the end, do you have control over it when you're in the performance moment? If you talk to any performer, I have yet to find one that said, no, it's totally controllable in the moment. No, in some level, you have to give that control over to really make for the best performance. So what are goals that you can control? 3 of my favorite are to breathe, to have fun, and to make everything that happens on stage right. So even if it's a mistake, it's right. I use this with my singers before they go on the operatic stage. I use this with myself. Become aware of what your self-talk is. What if they don't like it? What if it? How many what if it's go through our head that we can't control? Instead, replace it with things that you can control, and that puts that focus and attention outside of yourself. You're going to find if you do that, your anxiety is going to reduce. Your energy that you're able to give to that audience, the gift you're able to give that audience is going to increase, and they will thank you for that. What did you learn? What are your favorite parts of the performance? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Comment down below. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. If you want a voice lesson, a performance coaching, or want me to work with you or your group to make your singing easier or help you perform at a consistently higher level, book a time with me at mrperformingartstudio.com. I look forward to working with you online.